Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it and they're probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from top to bottom hair and skincare. That's top to bottom hair and skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Unfiltered Sports. Today is Thursday, and on Thursdays, we talk about keeping that same energy. But here on Unfiltered Sports today, we're going to keep that same energy, but in a different mindset. Today, we got one of our very own from Dawgs basketball up in Delaware, and we wanted to recognize Dawgs basketball today on Unfiltered Sports and just talk a little bit about how the success of the team is going and just the mindset of the team and what's going to be happening this upcoming weekend. And before we do that, we do have another special guest. We have OG, Ron's Opinion Don't Matter on the show as well. And, he's the person that allows us to come on every Tuesdays and Thursdays to host Unfiltered Sports. And so we want to appreciate that. Also, he allows us to stream our games live through his channel as well. And so we really appreciate the support and everything that you guys are doing for us to make this happen. And so I'll pass it over to Ron just a little bit. That way he can share a little bit about his experience with the team just by letting us stream live on the games. And then we're going to get right into it with our very own. And we're going to let him introduce himself separate.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know Ron's Opinion Don't Matter, OG Network. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hitting the like button, subscribing to Dogs Basketball. But here's the thing, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all, like y'all know, I always say this since we started bringing in Dogs Basketball on OG Network, man. If y'all were able to watch me when we had the teams live and I'm out in the background, I'd be hyped. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'd be hyped. I'd be hyped. I'd be hyped. I'm surprised that my little studio that guy ain't tore apart because I'll be so hyped. I mean, because I'm gonna tell you, man. In my opinion, I'm not a big person on sports, but in my opinion, I think that what you guys were able to put together, the team y'all was able to put together. I am a person that loves chemistry. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think a team can be great without chemistry. That's just my perspective on it. And I watched how you guys play, and I've seen games where y'all started out, you know what I mean, would look like it was a little bit slow, but it was like, then all of a sudden you start to see the chemistry and start to flow together, and you guys just get into this rhythm, and it's like y'all don't come out of it. It's like you stay in and you just don't come out of it, and it doesn't matter what it looks like. You just keep going and going and going. But man, I just want to say congratulations to the Dogs. You know what I mean, as y'all know, I'm a fan. Real talk, real talk. But we got number three on. We got number three on the floor right now. And here's the thing, y'all understand this is that you know what I mean. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We're gonna get into a whole lot of conversation about this, but thank y'all for tuning in. Please do not jump off this live. Y'all gonna love this. We have one of the basketball players from the team right here, right now. So y'all gonna love it. If you got questions about Dogs basketball, if you got questions, put them in the chat. Say what you got to say. This is gonna be an electrifying day. My brother, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. For those who don't know me, my name is Darrell Ellis. Hail out of Philadelphia, West Philly to be exact, and I'm number three, guard for the Delaware Dogs.
That's what I'm talking about, right? So, we started playing as a team, not necessarily playing, but practicing as a team. I want to say back in like May of this past year, and ever since then, it was just like, all right, two practices a week, two practices a week, two practices a week. Since then, what has been the mindset of the basketball team as far as preparing for the season goes since we started back in May?
So coming into the season in May, during like the off season, we all came together collectively with one goal in mind, and that was, let's make a run for the championship, right? So we all collectively came in with that mindset of we got to win. You know, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it for real. We're gonna commit. We're gonna sacrifice. We're gonna put our all into this, and hopefully we can come up with the outcome that we want, which is an ABA championship.
Mm-hmm. Now, you guys, you guys all played together before, correct? Or is this
Correct.
like your first time playing together?
For most of us, we've played together before. I want to say it was post COVID, like 2021, 2022. A lot of probably about 5 or 6 of us we played together collectively under Coach B in the ABA, and we made a pretty deep run, pushing into the playoffs. But for whatever reason, that opportunity got cut short from us. So that definitely fueled the fire behind why we wanted to come back together to commit and really make a real valid push for that championship.
Wow, that's
See,
what's up.
y'all got that
How
mindset.
you feel? Like to see y'all season right now. I got to see y'all at 11-3, right? And knowing that I know you at the point where y'all all y'all like y'all can kind of taste it right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And what is that energy like amongst the team?
Hungry, hungry. Like one word, hungry. You know, we really been waiting for this time of the year of the season. Like, regular season, we understand that we got to go out there one game at a time, handle our business. But now is where the real work gets put in. Playoffs. Every possession is magnified. You know what I mean? Like the mentality going into this playoff run. A lot of guys are locked in. A lot of guys are locked in. We're ready.
So for those that are on the live, make sure y'all check out Dawgs basketball this Saturday at 12 o'clock noon. If all goes well, we'll be airing it live right here on OG Network and also on Dawgs basketball channel. And listen what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all don't want to miss these games. Listen what I'm trying to tell you. Hey, the games be fire. I don't care what nobody say. I will say this much, and y'all can argue with me all y'all want to. Go look at the NBA and go look at the last game that they play, and you tell me that that it is not, if not better than the games that you watch in the NBA. Say what y'all want to say. Yeah, it's not a lot of people in the stands. I get that part. But if you take that out the equation and you just watch them play basketball, you're gonna be like, yo, I need to watch this game. I need to watch them play. Say what y'all want to say. That's where I'm at. I don't care. I argue with y'all. We can squabble on the street about it if y'all want to.
So
Y'all know I'm joking. I can't fight no more.
you mentioned that mindset, that fire, right, of going into the playoffs, right? And you guys had an opportunity to play in the playoffs before, but it was kind of cut short. And that's just kind of just the momentum and the mindset that you guys got going in here. Like, this is y'all opportunity going into this game on Saturday. How important is it for you guys as a team to continue to stay focused, to continue to play as a team, and to continue to do what you guys are doing, and not really worry about the hype and not really worry about everybody that's trying to jump on the bandwagon at this point? How important is this?
Extremely important. Extremely important. That's also a part of the mentality going into it, is like we got to stick together, right? So we've come this far, right? We understand that we wanted to get to this point from the beginning of the season, right? Make it to the playoffs, check every box that we need to. As of right now, man, we're firing on all cylinders, man. Like, chemistry on the defensive end is there. The chemistry on the offensive end is there. Like, whenever we want to turn it up on somebody, we turn it up. So
I
we're
seen it.
we're fire. Yeah, we're
I
firing on
seen it.
all cylinders right now, man. We hot. We ready to go. We ready to go for this playoff run, man. Like, we're excited, man. We hungry.
It's interesting too, right? Because Ron mentioned this earlier, is that sometimes when you start the game, it's like you playing with them a little bit, you letting them think that they can stay in the game, and then at whatever point it clicks, and everybody just their focus, their mindset is there, and then they just start destroying people, right? And so when we come into this game, and we've seen this, I've seen this on social media as well, where we, in a sense, we got ripped off because we should have been the number one seed in the division, but that's okay. But we see that the number one seeded team has posted that they're division champions, and we haven't even played a single playoff game yet. So, with people just talking trash and people doing anything like that, the
That's what we
mindset,
doing.
the mindset, right, of Coach B's philosophy is just getting out there, run, shooting the ball, playing together as a team, talking, um, how, like, again, like, that's important, but when you get in that huddle, what changes in that huddle when you guys are not focused and he's still calm? What changes to get you guys following all cylinders?
So I'll give it to you like this. I know if you guys pay attention to our games, you'll notice on the back of our warm-ups, we have family on the back of our warm-ups.
Mm-hmm.
B is very big on that, right? So like the reason why he's so big, why Coach B is so big on family for us is pretty much he's been coaching a lot of us for the past 4, maybe 5 years. So the expectation of what he's looking for from us, we already know what it is. So like you said, we may start a game out dry, playing down to the competition. Coach B will call a timeout. Half the time he just gives that look. You guys done playing around now? Like, y'all ready now? Y'all got that out your system? We'll look at him and be like, all right, now we got you. Coach B has a lot of guys on his team that is ready to run through a brick wall for him. I including myself. So when he gives us that look and he tells us it's time to go, he's sending out 5 guys that's willing to run through a brick wall for him. So that's kind of hard to beat. You going against a group of guys that are determined to focus. That's hard to knock them off their square.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. And you see it. Like I kid you not, I can tell you, me personally watching the game, I see it and I'm like, okay, it started out a little bit slow and then all of a sudden I'm like, and you always wonder like, what did he say or what happened? Because all of a sudden it's like, y'all go out there and just start laying it down and destroying the team. And the next thing you know, it's like, all right, why this game starting to look like there's no competition on the floor no more?
We got that switch, man. He looks at us, he gives us that look. Yo, come on. It's time to go.
That says a lot. That says a lot as a coach, man. I mean, especially when you can coach right, then you eventually start to coach minimum because you coach right in the beginning. So when the more they start to adapt the culture, adapt the behavior, adapt the energy, and understanding what the game plan is out there. And I mean, if I'm hiring somebody, if I hire a group of people to do a job, I might be there training them first week or two. But after a while, I should be able to do what? Walk away, once in a while check, they doing their job.
Yep.
So for a coach to be coaching like he's coaching and saying, and you just said that he don't say a whole lot, that tells me that y'all all embrace whatever it was that he was telling y'all behind the scene coaching, culture, whatever it is. Y'all understand the mission and y'all 100% on board. Because like, only why y'all playing around? What's this? All right, yeah. I mean, turn it on. Let's get up. Turn it on. Go do the job so we can go home happy.
yeah. But not to say that in like such a small way, but like the preparation really comes, like Shaq said back in May. Those practices, those 2-week practices, our practices are harder than the games, honestly, man. Wow. So when it come game time, it's like, all right, let's come on, time to turn it up. You know what I mean? So
I feel you.
It's
that's
also
when you overtrain.
It's also important too to look at the mindset, right? Is like you said, the practices are harder than the games. Like I've been to, starting out practices. I was at just about every practice from the beginning, watching them practice for, an hour, but they weren't practicing for 1 hour. They were practicing for 4 hours almost for 2 days a week going into the season. And then the season comes, they're still practicing twice a week, and then they're playing the game. They're sacrificing their body. They're sacrificing that time. And the other amazing thing, right, that I want to bring up too is like when we look at gameplay and we look at the players and people catching that hot streak and that fire, right? You're one player on the team that when you get hot, like you're hot. Now, like explain that mindset right there. Like, you can come off the bench and you just jump on the floor and we can be down. And next thing you know, 3 threes in a row. And then, we go on again and everybody got that motivation and that excitement again. Just walk us through some of those moments that you got.
Shoot, honestly, that I'm gonna say that starts definitely in the gym. Like that starts where when no one's there, when I'm locked in by myself in the gym, right? So by the time game time comes, I'm already ready for the situation, right? So it's easy for me to get into what I like to call a flow state, right? So once I see one go in or I get into my little rhythm, it's over with. It's nothing you can really do about that. I appreciate Coach B and my guys on the team having that trust in me to know that all right, when we send him into the game, he's about to turn this game up as far as with the energy, as far as with defense, as far as with effort, as far as with scoring. But yeah, to answer your question, quite simply, it really starts in preparation, leading up to the game, so that come game time is easy.
Yeah, man. Make sure you guys on the live. Make sure y'all follow Dogs Basketball. There's a whole lot of cost involved in it. And a lot of times we don't realize that. And much find out, I'm quite sure Shaq's gonna let everybody know what can they do to help support what the team is doing. I know mostly would be watch the games, subscribe to the channels, watch the video, go back and watch the old games, watch everything that's going on. With the OG network, we are definitely supporters of what Delaware Dogs are doing. I mean, I'm sorry, Delaware. That was, I knew the name can change, but y'all understand. I've been here a while, so I'm still confused. But with Dogs basketball, there's a lot of costs involved in that. So, and check when you get a chance. I know you guys are doing some things. Put in the chat, as far as how they can donate, as far as if whatever different ways that they can donate. We can put that in the chat and let them know. But we, watch the games. When I tell y'all not gonna be disappointed. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I would have probably broke a finger or something in this joint, man. Because when I say I'll be hype. I mean, I one time I was actually talking on it, but I stopped talking on it. I mean, not really talking. I'll put my sound in one time, but every time they score, I'll be in there like DMX. Yeah, oh. every time I see him in there. And when
You
I
ain't
tell y'all,
lying.
man, I like I said, bro, I never thought that when me and Shaq first kind of started when we met and we first started talking, he was telling me about what y'all was doing basketball wise and stuff like that. And I mean, I thought he was a decent dude, and we just kind of powwowed about it. And I was like, he was very level headed, and I was like, man, whatever way we can help, I'm gonna try to help. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel honored to be a part of this, man. Like, to have it on the show, to have you guys playing on our channel. You know what I mean? I feel like y'all probably doing more for the channel than I'm doing for y'all, because the games just be fire, man. Like the energy, what I see happening on there. You know what I mean? And then I get to be a fan of a team that I don't know how far it's going to go, but I like when things come from the ground up. You know what I mean? Like my dad and me and my dad was a contractor. And there are times we started something, and when you dismantle something, you start putting it together, and when you see that finished product, you just kind of sit back and awe at what you did. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I like start outs. I like slow start. I like groundwork. I'm seeing it from the beginning. And those are the things like that. I like those type of journeys, man. So watching you guys, and I mean, don't get me wrong, y'all look like y'all been there for years. Y'all playing like y'all been doing this for years. Almost it looks second nature to me, like, nah, it ain't supposed to be. I'm not saying it's easy, but it ain't supposed to look that easy. You know what I mean? When you beat a team by 25 points and like when I look at some of them score points, I'm like, yeah, it ain't supposed to be that easy.
Yeah.
When we look at the team as a whole, right, and we're gonna pick on some people on the team as well, but when we when we look at the team in all reality, who do you think will be the funniest person on the team to play side by side with when it comes to like just joking around, having a good time or whatnot?
Oh, me. That's,
Outside of
that's, that's,
yourself, another player
oh,
on the
that's.
team.
I'm number one. Ain't no one else. Now, if I had to, man, I would have to put. I'm gonna throw a couple names in the hat. I gotta say, I gotta say, I gotta say Shaq. Shaq is funny. Shaq
Yeah,
says he say a lot of savvy stuff. I gotta say Kai. Kai's hilarious. Kai is hilarious. Kenny's hilarious. Um, and every now and then my guy Q got something. My boy Q, he got something crazy to say out of his mouth, man. Every now and then, real subtle though. He throw it in there real quick, man. He throw it in there real quick. But those are top guys, man. Kenny, Shaq, and Q. I
that's
say are the
a fact.
funny. And Kai is the funniest guys on the team.
Because I know Shaq personally, we rack at each other all the time. So
Yeah.
I know Because I know
Listen,
him personally, I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, he's a professional a-hole like me. So
listen, I don't get offended about stuff easily, but I know when I seen that post on Instagram and I seen them that they posted how they were the champions of the division. I'm like, well, no way in hell y'all the champions and we ain't even play a playoff game yet. Like we're not doing this. Like y'all only won 11 games because y'all played the worst 3-4 teams in our division and y'all bailed out on the South Division to even play their games. And so it was, yeah, it's funny how they even got their first place seed anyway. But that's neither here or there. They need to play a real team in order to advance to the division championship and win that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna find out real soon. Like I said, it starts with that game on Saturday. And like I said, I'm the owner. Like I like to be professional. I like to be calm, cool, and collective. But now you trying to take a jab and say that y'all earned something I ain't earned. It's time to step out of that shell and go full ballistics on them. And I don't play that kind of stuff. And so now, like it's free game. And when I say I meant this is that when we get in the game, when y'all get into that mindset, and y'all playing, don't take your foot off the pedal. 100% foot on the damn pedal and play good basketball like y'all been playing. When we talk about, matter of fact, I'm gonna back up a little bit here. Tell me about your experience playing with Coach Logan on the floor and what that was like.
Ooh, Coach Logan. Oh man, Coach Logan. If you don't know him, he's a 3-point specialist, man. He can knock it down. He can knock it down with some of the best of them. But having Logan out there, I believe his first game with us was in Jersey, right? When
Hmm.
we played that team, the Thoroughbreds, over in Jersey. And I told him, I made sure I let him know. I said, "Yo, you can go in that game, man. You get 7 fouls. I need 5 of them. Use 5 of them." My boy went in that game, and I believe he did get a quick little 3 or 4 fouls in like 2 minutes. He definitely exercised his ability to foul. I'll give him that. And I do believe he either hit a jump shot or he came close to hitting a jump shot. But yeah, no, my boy was out there. My baby was out there working. My baby was out there working for sure.
Hmm. We
Shaq, I
played.
don't know if you're paying attention to the chat, but your favorite fan in here said, "I put dogs up against Golden State Warriors."
So Daryl, I'm
Sorry, man.
I'm gonna give you a little insight about this number one fan right here, right? Because I think he's just geographically challenged, and I know you've probably seen it on the podcast a couple of times. But this man is a Miami Dolphins fan, not because he likes the team in itself, but because he
Okay.
likes Dan Marino. Dan Marino ain't played for the Dolphins, and I don't know, Lord knows how long, but he's a Miami Dolphins fan. So that's down south. Now I asked him about basketball. He's a Golden State Warrior fan. That's over here on the West Coast. Then he likes the Pittsburgh Pirates. That's over here on the East Coast. Like he's geographically he's challenged right now, and so
Okay.
he talks a lot about how LeBron's the best player in the league and all this other crazy stuff. You can't talk about that if Steph Curry's on your team and Steph Curry's taking over this era and he's doing a lot of good things. And so he just gets in the game and he talks a lot about how the Dogs can't keep up with no NBA team or how Bronny James, if he played against the Dogs, would destroy the Dogs or whatnot. But you know,
Ooh,
he's a hater.
Yeah, but today he ain't
yeah,
hating
I don't
on
know
you.
about that.
He not hating on you today. Today he said he put the dogs up against Golden State War. Man, he rooting for the dogs right now. As a matter of fact, he got another one in here that says, "Go look, go dogs."
He's been watching a couple games online too, so I do give him that. He's been on
Yeah, yeah,
weekly
yeah,
and
yeah.
he's
We
been
seen him in the
supporting.
chat a few times.
He
So,
he, he
I
talks a
mean,
lot of trash on Tuesdays and Thursday nights about how Bronny James is better than the entire Dogs roster, and I said I don't know about that. So, it even goes back to what we talked about earlier, how the ABA started a lot of the NBA era when it comes to the slam dunk contest, 3-point line. It comes to some of their star players. When we talk, even star teams like the Spurs, the Jazz, the Nets, they all came from the ABA. And so, like, if people don't really know the history, they're not going to understand anything. And so, like, when we look at the team as itself, right, and we look at this mindset, our goal is obviously to win an ABA championship, and we're going to look to go to that division championship game or whatnot. But tell us about all the outside of practice, all the work that is being put in to make sure that players can actually be at the game, to make sure that these games are happening, and just like some experiences that you had throughout the season that could have been challenging, that prevented some games from happening, or different things like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've had some rough patches as far as like the travel games, the road games. I would say, we've had guys come together and pitch in to help get a van for the players to drive down. I believe we drove down with 7 players down to Virginia. We went down there and beat on the team by, if I'm not mistaken, we beat on them by close to 20 points or over 20 points with just our 7 guys who pitched in and got on that van and drove down there. We also had a situation where I believe we were supposed to play up in New England, if I'm not mistaken, but obviously the weather, weather canceled a lot of our games, but that was one of the games that the weather affected. But we were getting ready to set up and travel up there with a van, team van, stay overnight. We had our coaches pitching in to support us, give us somewhere to lay our heads the night before the game to make sure that we were ready for that game. And even as far as like game day preparations for our home games, we got a lot of people that show up the night, but we had people show up the night before a home game, and help set up the gym. As far as even getting vendors out to help support, so we can put up their banners and probably get some more support with our home games. Like, a lot goes into um, supporting this team and these games. Then people know it's not just showing up and playing basketball. A lot of times, it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about.
I agree. I've been kind of had a little bit of taste of that, and I understand it's a lot more involved than people realize.
Yeah.
They don't. That's why I always try to say, for those that are out there, try to support. If people sometimes don't realize, I don't care if it's $1, $5, $10, buy a jersey, do this. I never try. If people don't realize this, is that even if you had 100 people to say, all I have is $5, and everybody thinking away, that turns out to be $500. You know what I mean? So I never don't worry about what everybody else. Don't put your mind in what this person gonna do. If you only got $1, $1 is $1. I don't care. If you got $5, $5, $5. I never put a number on it. Just whatever you can spare, you spare, and it helps a lot. I mean, you got the popcorn thing going on. You got a lot of other stuff. And then y'all can see there's a lot of cost involved in this. And it takes a lot of money to do this, man. And it takes a lot of sacrifice. A lot of times people away from your family, away from this, away from that. Yeah, you can see paying for vans, hotel stays, and stuff like that. These guys, the NBA, they built like that. I mean, they don't, it's just, but when you're trying to get on that level, it takes a lot of this, and people don't realize how much it takes. And it's very, it costs a lot of money to do it, and they don't realize how much it costs to do it. And so that's why I say every little bit helps, man. Like, support the team, buying the jerseys, supporting the fundraisers. I mean, going in and watching the team, shouting out the team, getting Dawgs basketball, following the channel over there, because that's going to help a whole lot, man. To generate more revenue, more excitement, even over here. I mean, as we air the games and stuff like that, it creates more. Because you got to be honest with you guys playing hard basketball. Y'all playing strong basketball. If you got to pay a lot of money to go see what you see on that court in the NBA. I don't care what nobody says. You go buy a ticket for the NBA, you're going to pay a lot of money. I'm telling you now, if you don't believe what I'm talking about, go back and watch some of the old games and how exciting they are, and tell me that if you donating to watch this game and you're not even actually paying to watch, you watching it here or you watching on Dawgs basketball. If you close enough, go watch it up the stand. I'd rather you show up in person and watch it there. But it is what it is. Like I tell y'all, man, for me personally, every game has been fire, man. Every single game has been fire. That's why I say whatever y'all can do to help out in any type of way. This is a hard for. I want to see them go all the way. I want to see them come back champions. That's it. I'm not on the court, but I can taste it. So my thing is this: know this, that OG Network is one of y'all number one fans. We behind it. We want to see this championship. We back there. We like this chair. And there's more than just, when I say OG Network, there's a family of us. It's not just me. It's a family of us that we are all back there cheering y'all on. You got it. The only way to keep working like y'all working, and doing what y'all doing, man. You gotta appreciate what the work that y'all put in. And Tyreville is in here commenting like crazy, and I can't keep up with him. But NBA has been horrible by
See,
design. I think it is.
it's interesting too, right?
Sports.
Because Ron was talking about like how he hasn't seen the team lose on the channel, right? And just recalling back the entire season, the last time Dogs basketball had lost was December 27th. We had not lost a game since December 27th. That is the last time we lost a game, and so we've been undefeated since. And I expect that trend to continue to happen. It just reminds me of like the Eagles when the Eagles came out of a bye week and they would win just every other game outside of that bye week, and they would just go and destroy. And that's when they won the Super Bowl both times. And it's like we had that opportunity where we lost pretty bad, but then we recruit from that and we continue to pick up and continue to play basketball the way it was supposed to be played. And when we talk about as an organization, right, from an owner standpoint, I don't do anything. Like I get the players, I talk to them before the game. I get the camera set up and I just sit behind the camera the whole time. I like that's just the gist of it. I make sure like things are running smoothly. The team show up, referees are there, and things are settled that way. But outside of that, like logistic wise, like I'll say, hey, like we got this taken care of. We got this taken care of. This is that. Everything else the coaches figure out and they do a lot of the work. So when I say like I'm not as involved as I was last year because I was doing everything last year. But this year, it's just been a huge blessing to have Coach B, the whole staff there to just run the operations. Like you said, the night before, like they're in the gym doing shoot arounds, but there's vendors and people showing up, setting up the table, setting up the posters, setting up the sponsorship stuff, setting up the merchandise, the concessions, and all of that stuff. And so the next day when we get to the game, the only thing we got to do is show up, warm up, play the game, clean everything up, shut down, tear down, and then get out the gym. And literally like that turnaround is like that. It takes no more than like 30 minutes to tear down everything, pack it up, and then get out the gym, if that, because everybody's pitching in. And like you said, it's a family and everybody's, treating it as such. And when we talk about the support, like the fans, like each player gets 2 free tickets for their support system to come to the game. And when I mean like based off their support system alone, that stand is already halfway packed just with their support system alone. And then add in people that are buying the tickets to come in and the fans from the other team. Like we typically would have a sold out crowd, and that's just only the bleachers across from the team bench or whatever. That's not even where the puppy section sit at, where Coach B kids sit at. They're cheering for the dogs. They got the chants going on and everything, and they make it feel like an actual live entertaining game. And so it's just a huge shout out to everybody that's been pitching in, putting everything together and making this happen. And like Ron said, it costs a lot. And so just to be open with everyone, the cost to get us, if and when we make it down to the division championship game,
When y'all make it down to the division championship game,
exactly. We would play most likely if the South Carolina team don't lose, we would travel down to South Carolina.
okay.
Now, granted, the hotel room just to get 5 rooms, it costs just over $1,000 because that's the only hotel within a 50-mile radius, pretty much. Then you look at the cost to get the van, that's about $250. Plus, you got to look at the gas, which is probably going to be another $200-300. Cost of food, another $200-300. Then you got to make sure that we got tolls taken care of. That could be another $200-300 or whatnot. So the cost in general, the calculations is about $2,050 to make this trip happen when we make it down to that day. Now, if by surprise they get knocked out in that first round, everybody comes through Dogs basketball at the home court, and we play at home court, and we don't have to worry about that. So, I'm saying a huge prayer here that they get knocked out in the first round. That way we don't have to travel down to South Carolina because the distance is 9.5 hours. I looked at it, I said 9.5 hours is outrageous. So that means guys would travel down the night before, they would spend the night in a hotel, play the game, and then travel all the way back home right after the game is done and over with, and then come back that way. And so like we want to make sure like we get as much support. Like Ron said, we have a popcorn fundraiser going. We get 50% of all proceeds that come back to us that are sold. So if we sell $4,000 worth of popcorn, we get $2,000 that come right back to us. We got and that actually just started today. So it went live today, and that goes until Monday, and then we'll get the payout by the end of that week. We have another fill my seat fundraiser. So the red seats are $25. Then you got the gold seats that are 100. Yeah, I think it's 100. Then it goes up to like 200, $250 or whatnot, 150 and then 200. But that all comes back to the team if people just want to donate or whatnot. And then we have our original GoFundMe set up as well. And so we're posting that little by little. We're sharing our flyers. Biggest thing is, like I said, for everybody is if we share the YouTube page for everyone to see, if we get up to that 500 subscribers, like I'm trying to do, then we'll start being able to put ads on our YouTube page. And then we can start getting a little bit of compensation for our game streaming. And that allows us to keep our games free for our viewers to watch online. And then if people can make it in person, that will help out a lot too.
Yes.
But that popcorn
Yeah.
fundraiser, no lie, like gourmet popcorn is like 10, $11 a bag. But you talk about Chicago style popcorn. Never heard of that until I met this fundraiser. It's literally like it's like cheese popcorn, queso cheese popcorn with caramel popcorn mixed together. And I was like, yeah, this is different, but it's good popcorn overall as a whole. But yeah, that's just here or there. But for this game Saturday, outside of winning, what does your mindset look like going into this game Saturday?
For me personally, um, you saying outside of winning, man, I'm thinking about doing all the little things. Um, when I say doing all the little things, that extra effort to chase that loose rebound down, that extra effort to make sure you know where your man is at the box out, that extra effort to talk before a screen is coming, the extra effort or the extra mindset or awareness to make that extra pass instead of having a good shot for yourself, passing up for a better shot for your teammate. My mindset is literally in the place of like, I'm ready and willing to do whatever it is to win this game. If I'm not rolling scoring wise, even though I know the team looks to me to score a lot, which is great. But if it's not rolling for me, you can best believe I will be out there defending my behind off, rebounding my behind off, talking my behind off, being a great teammate, and pushing our guys to help us win. Trying to be a good leader like I try to be.
I like that. I like that. Now we talk about scoring on all cylinders, and if you can't score, what does that look like? Like, let's say you're not on like a hot streak. If you're not on a hot streak, we know that Kai and Kenny will most likely be on that hot streak. Now, if we know Richmond, if they rotate correctly and they try to defend you, they try to defend Kenny, and they try to defend Kai. You got Cat down there, you got Mo, you got 6'8" Jake down there as well. I mean, you got Joe. I mean, just about anybody you put in the game really can score the basket. But if they're not playing their rotations and everybody's firing on all cylinders, how much damage do you think the team will do playing in every game going forward?
So I just was speaking to another one of our teammates, Joe, the other day, and I was like, man, it's such a blessing to have a guy like Cat on our team, right? Having the size of Mo on our team, even having the size of Jake on our team. And I'll start with Cat. Cat gives us that option of being able to slow the offense down and getting something solid inside, because Cat is he's a savvy vet. He's been playing the game for a long time, so he knows how to pick and choose his spots. As you can see, whenever he needs to go get a bucket, he's gonna find a way to go get a bucket, or he gonna end up at that foul line, right? Then we got our big guy, Big Mo. Big Mo is Big Mo for a reason. He knows how to use his size, and when we focus on getting him the ball, putting him in a two-man game or letting him work on that block, he has a nice little soft touch around the rim where he'll hit off a little sky hook on you, or put him in that dunker spot or have him in that two-man game, put it up by the rim, that boy can go. He can jump. And then having Jake is 6'8" Jake. You put him in the two-man game or pop him off the pick and roll. Now he's stretching the floor out with his jump shooting. And believe it or not, Jake he can bang down low too. When he wants to get gritty, he can get gritty and he can finish around the basket. So I feel like having those guys are very pivotal to the success of our team and our offense moving forward. When you talk about playoffs where games it's not just shot. Now every possession is a little more methodical, and you have to slow it down. You may have to really work to get a good shot. We got guys like Cat, we can work inside. We got guys like and Cat is a good passer as well. So not only do you dump it off to him inside, but he'll find that open cutter. He'll find that driving kick guy as well. So having those guys are really pivotal on the team for us, for our success moving forward, honestly.
And that's good to hear, right? Because like I said, everybody plays a crucial role of the success of this team, and not one person is better than anyone else. And I know a lot of people on the team have played for other teams in different leagues or whatnot outside of the ABA, and they've won championships or whatnot. But having, and again, those people that played, especially Wakeem and Jake, recently went in with the Jersey Raptors over in the Alumni League. How important is that championship mindset from everyone who's won a championship before, and bringing that information over and just running with the team and trying to get the team to where we need to be to play down in Atlanta.
Yeah, that's so. To feed off what you're saying, like I was blessed to have experience winning a championship my freshman year of college. We won the NJCAA championship over at Philadelphia Community College, and then when I got into the pros, playing with B and having success with B, just understanding what it takes to win, right? Like understanding that it takes the little things. Everyone has to come in and play their role. Everyone has to do their job. So like you have to understand what it really takes to win. It's not going to be by just one individual. It's going to take a whole entire team, and we have to buy in completely, and we all have to sacrifice something for each other. Sometimes a part of being a good teammate is you being an aggressive scorer. Sometimes you being a good teammate is you being physical on the boards. So you have to understand exactly what your role and your job is going into each game. That's the mentality that you got to have moving forward to be a winner, to compete for a championship, because it's a lot that goes into it. It can be some pressure. It can be some pressure if you haven't been there before.
Definitely, it's definitely a lot of pressure out there, and I always look forward in a bigger picture with this whole playoff thing, and we got what do you call it? We got this white division that's right next door to us, and that's pretty much the Long Island is running that division right now, and they're number one in that division. And they're playing decent basketball, but they're not playing dogs basketball. They're not playing with the mentality that we got. And if we play them, I've heard that it's be probably the best ABA game that anybody could ever watch this season because of the way that team reminds them of the Delaware Dogs. And a lot of referees that ref them this season said, listen, if y'all make it to that regional Final Four and y'all play the Long Island team, just know they resemble y'all to a T. Like they play just like y'all. They play hard basketball. They play good basketball. And I said, that's good information to know. But outside of that, you got two teams in the next division over, which would be Buffalo Division 8. They're undefeated at 20 or 19-0, and then you got Wyoming Valley Clutch shortly under them at like 17-0 or whatnot. And to see them battle out is going to be good as well. But even just traveling to play these regional games and going down to Atlanta, how important is just like the time that chemistry outside of the court with you guys, because I know, like I said, we're missing time with our families, we're missing time from work and different things like that in school and all of that, but we're building a family and we're building that mindset. And so how important is that to just build that off-court chemistry with each other?
Extremely important. Like a lot of us, we all stay in touch with each other. I'm going to be honest with you. Me and one of our teammates, Joe, to be exact, we were supposed to get into the gym. Actually tonight, like after we're done here, we're supposed to be getting into the gym tonight to put some work in. But we all stay connected for the most part. Talking in the group chat. I believe one of our players, Cuz ended up putting something in the chat the other day, like an inspirational message to us all, and it kind of just got us all a little hyped up and getting our mentalities right and ready for this weekend. So like that chemistry off the court is absolutely there too, and it shows on the court. It shows on the court too. You know what I mean? Like guys trust each other. We've been playing with each other now, like you said, since May. So we definitely got a huge sense of chemistry on and off the court, and that's important. That's very important.
Mm-hmm.
And you see it.
Yep, you do see it. That's true.
Yeah, you see it. Like when you watch y'all play, you see it. You know what I mean? Like you always know when you see a team that don't have chemistry because they fall apart real easy, and then you see them kind of like giving each other dirty looks. They start to argue with each other. You see the emotions start to get out of control, And that's when you know you got them. You say, oh, we got them. Because it's hard to get them to come down from that. You know what I mean? It's like, y'all, it's like, y'all, how y'all going to beat us when y'all too busy fighting each other? You know what
I
I'm
can
saying?
speak on a few moments where I've seen that with this team this year personally. We had a game down in South Philly against the Uptown Ballers, and we had a pretty ugly third quarter. A lot of questionable calls that were going on. We got a little rattled where we were arguing more with the referees than actually playing the game, and the Uptown Ballers ended up cutting the lead down to about 8 going into the fourth quarter, and the way that we ended the third quarter off. And I can remember pulling my guys in to start the fourth quarter out, and I huddled them up and I said, listen, if you guys are really serious about winning a championship, show me in this fourth quarter right now that we can finish this game out, because we're on the road. The crowd is yelling at us. The refs don't like us, right? Everything is against us right now. Show me that we really want to win, that we are a championship team. Man, we ended up finishing that game. I think we beat them Uptown Ballers by 20 points to finish that game out in that fourth quarter. So that's a prime example of what showed me, like, nah, like we got something special here. And it starts with that chemistry and us having that togetherness and that closeness and trusting each other, and like, yo, you got my back, I got your back. Let's go get the job done. So that's
Real
special.
talk. Of course, I'm just kind of relating it to like the movie Avengers when Loki was like, "How y'all going to worry about me when y'all too busy fighting each other?" You know what I mean? Like, and that was the whole plan: get you rattled up, get y'all fighting against each other. Y'all not gonna be able to beat me because y'all fighting each other. But once y'all start coming together and realize what y'all are,
That's scary.
that's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's scary.
Game over. I mean,
Yeah.
we not y'all not here. Y'all not gonna come and beat us. Why? Because we recognize and we understand that we are a team.
Yeah.
And when a team has that type of chemistry, I am, like I said, I'm one that loves to see chemistry. And I think that when a team has great chemistry, it's almost impossible to beat them. And I remember when he referred back to the Eagles, and when in the preseason game, and I am not joking, I got witnesses to this. I was watching the sideline, and I said, "Listen, I'm a Steelers fan, but I said Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, and nobody's going to be able to stop them." And everybody at my job and people I kept saying it to, they was like, "Nah, that's not." I said, "Listen, what I'm trying to tell you, I saw something on that sideline that I've never seen in the Eagles." And when I seen them over there laughing and joking and just kind of, they was playing, but you could see the chemistry on the sideline was like, I was like, oh man. I said, I don't care who they compete against, no one's going to beat them. And I said, they're going to go to the Super Bowl and they're going to win. Now, as you see, the season was, and then when Carson Wentz got hurt, I came to work. And listen, I rock with the Eagles when the Steelers out the game, but and they was like, oh, Carson Wentz. I said, y'all don't understand this. I said, Carson Wentz is not the Eagles. I said, the chemistry that this team have, you not. I said, because if you look at the season, they beaten teams all different types of way. They didn't beat with Carson Wentz. The special teams were winning the game. The defense was winning the game. The quarterback was winning the game. If you stop this, that work. You stop this, that work. You stop this, that work. I said, you can't. It's almost impossible to beat a team with that type of chemistry. I said, because they clicking on all cylinders, and I don't know what happened. I don't know how they got there. And then 2 weeks before that game, before the Super Bowl, I was trying, and I'm not even a gambler. I do not gamble. I said, listen, I got $1,000 on the Super Bowl, and the Eagles gonna win, and I don't care who they play. Wow. And wasn't nobody take it. All Eagles fans. Wasn't nobody. It was like, I said, listen, I know the Eagles gonna win. I said, and I know y'all sitting there saying Carson Wentz this and that, and Nick Foles ain't this. I said, listen, Nick Foles, y'all keep sleeping on him. I said, he might not be the greatest quarterback. I said, but give him the right protection. He just like having Tom Brady back there. I said, but you gotta have the right protection around him. And what happened? I said, but so when you watch you guys play, man, I see that same level of chemistry, man. Because when stuff started looking bad, a lot of teams fold, but I never seen y'all fold. I was like, man, this team is like amazing to watch. I mean, I'm like, screw the NBA. Like, if you're not watching this, you're missing out. You know what I'm saying? And so man, again, congratulations to you guys on y'all season so far, 11-3.
Thank
I mean, y'all killing it, and it's not like y'all almost winning these games, barely winning these games. Y'all winning these games, and y'all winning them very. Y'all taking it out the referee's hands. Y'all taking it out of bad calls' hands. Y'all taking it out of anybody's hand. Y'all saying, listen, we're gonna beat y'all. We're gonna beat y'all for real. We're not gonna give the referees a chance to cheat on us. We're gonna take it out of their hand. Now, what you call all the bad calls you want? We up 20
Mhm.
until y'all close this gap. It's still gonna be our game, no matter what you do. There's only but so much cheating y'all gonna be able to do before it becomes now. It's just obvious.
Yeah.
But man, that I love watching y'all play, man. Like I honestly speaking, man, if y'all don't have another fan out there, know that I'm
My
all in,
guy.
bro. I'm all in.
That's my guy right there. That's my guy.
The
Love it,
last thing
bro.
I got
Love
for
it.
you before I give you the floor to just close out with any final things is that we're gonna have about April 12th is the last day for ABA season in general, and then we got the rest of April, all of May, and then June picks back up for our next season, and we're gonna be playing in the summer. But how important do you think with taking in this new league this summer? It's June through September, and then we pick right back up for ABA in October. That's 32 weeks straight of basketball. How important do you think that's going to be with building more team chemistry, getting guys some more repetition, building their confidence up, and potentially just running through the ABA yet again and being a dominant force to be reckoned with?
Oh, that sounds scary. That sounds scary. You're giving us more time to play together, more time to build chemistry, and hopefully more time for our less experienced guys when it comes
Hmm.
to professional, our less experienced guys to get a lot more reps, to get more experience under their belt, so that when the new season comes around, they'll be more than ready to go, ready to go to battle with us. So man, that sounds scary. That sounds scary for anybody else they got to match up against us, because we already a bad team, as far as like we gonna go at you. So you just making this better. That's scary, man. That's scary.
So that's the last thing I have for you. So I'm gonna pass the floor just over to you for any final closing thoughts that you got, and then we'll pass it over to Ron and let him close it out with anything he got.
And the only thing I really gotta say is let's go dogs. Keep supporting us. We love our fans. Please come out this Saturday in person. Come see what we do in person. Come enjoy the show live in person. Support us on our push to ATL, and our push to this ABA championship. And let's go dogs. Let's keep it rolling.
Yeah, real talk, real talk. For those that want to know, I put the link to the popcorn. If you want to go purchase some of the popcorn, I put the link in the chat. Let me click it back on there. So if you not sure where to go, if you feel like you're feeling gifty, you can go buy some popcorn. Go buy a whole bunch of that popcorn. All of half of the proceeds go to help the team. And if not, you can always reach out to Dover Dogs Basketballs to follow the channel over there, follow the journey, reach out to them, ask them how you can help. I'm quite sure he has other ways, that you can actually help out the team or whatever. But the bigger part is to watch the games. Come back Saturday, 12 o'clock, Dover Dogs on their channel, OG Network on this channel. You got two places you'll be able to watch the game and watch it live, but preferably go to the location and watch it there. You know what I mean? And go there and share more. I mean, it's nothing like having a bunch of fans in there and make the job a little bit easier, a little
You
bit
know what I
sweet.
mean?
You know what I
Come
mean?
come come pull
Mm-hmm.
up to the dog pound. Come pull up to the dog
Yeah,
pound Saturday.
come through and let it do what it do and enjoy yourself. You know what I mean? Enjoy yourself. So there's a whole lot of excitement behind this team. I know you. If you haven't watched this team play, go back and on Dover Dogs or the OG Network and just watch some of the game. Watch all the game. Just that way you kind of know what you're watching and what you're gonna see, and you kind of get an idea what to expect this Saturday at 12 o'clock noon. And it's gonna be fire. That's all I'm saying. It's gonna be fire. I mean, if you haven't got a chance to watch these guys play, you don't know what you missed. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all I'm
definitely
saying.
gonna be an entertaining show. We do got something very special happening before the game on Saturday. So if you do come out, please make sure you're there to watch this special event happening. It's going to be very important for two of our players on the team, and we want to give them their recognition and to give them their crown and all of that stuff. And so we're going to appreciate them. We're going to recognize actually another player and a coach before the game as well. Give them a good shout out or whatnot. But then on top of that, like Ron said, the popcorn fundraiser, the link's in the chat already. We do have merchandise. I've been building up a merchandise store behind closed doors here myself. I've been pressing some hoodies. I've been pressing some shirts. I've been pressing some sweaters, and I've been trying to get the job form out there to support. But if you need any merchandise, please reach out. We got the merchandise ready to go. We can ship it directly to you, and you'll have it, or we'll try to get some to the games during the playoffs or whatnot. On top of that, like I said, we got GoFundMe and we got this Fill My Seat as well. And so any support, it means a lot to us. So please go ahead and check us out. And with that being said, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Unfiltered Sports, where we keep that same energy. We bring the heat. We want all the smoke. We don't want nobody's opinions, because here on Unfiltered Sports, if your feelings get hurt, I don't care about them. So, forget your feelings, because we want that heat and we want that smoke. And if you think you can debate with us here live, join us live here Tuesdays, Thursdays on the OG Network, or Monday, Wednesday, Friday on Dawgs Basketball, where we go at it. We have fun. We know we got people in the chat that are geographically challenged, and that's okay, because his opinion doesn't matter at all. But I still appreciate him for supporting the Dogs and tuning in every single day and doing what it do the most. But with that being said, let's go Dogs, and let's get on to this next round of playoffs.
Just for the record, coming in Saturday, somebody's feelings going to be hurt. That's all I'm saying. Matter of fact, it's going to be a group of feelings hurt. I'm just saying, let's go Dogs.
Let's go Dogs. Thanks for having me.
It's all good, though. It's all in fun. That's the way it's supposed to be, man. This, like my man Mike Sports 5 said, sports are designed to bring us together, but not bring us apart. And I have to agree with that. At the end of the day, it's all trash talk. That's all it is. It's just trash talk. At the end of the day, it's nothing but trash talk. That's what makes sports exciting. Again, thank you, man. I'll be in the background watching. You know what I mean? And you guys, congratulations on the season so far. But we know there's more to come. If you still on this live, make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button. But make sure y'all come back 12 o'clock noon. If you can make it to the game, make it. If you can watch, if you can't make it, go watch it. Stay tuned, watch the whole game, because you don't want to miss one bit of it. You know what I mean? I had it on my TV. I got it in this room. I had it on my TV. I had it on my phone. And I had to go get food. So I'm like, I don't want to miss nothing. So at the end of the day, man, you guys are doing a great job playing. Don't you know what I mean? Don't, keep it going, man. I can't tell y'all nothing, because y'all got a great team, and y'all got a great coach, and y'all got great leadership. Y'all got a great organization, man, and I think it's great. There's nothing I can tell you, but I'm sitting back and I'm going to enjoy the ride, man. I mean, all these wins, I don't know what to do with them. And with that said, we're going to get up out of here. Every single one of y'all have a blessed, wonderful day. We out of here. Peace.
Fellas, ladies, you looking for lotions? You looking for beard oils? But unfortunately, everything you get from mainstream got chemicals in it, and it's probably killing you? No problem, we got you. Go check out my people from Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. That's Top to Bottom Hair and Skincare. www.top2bottom, BOTTU, the U is for unique, M.com. Tell them I sent you.